Guys, what makes you lose interest in a girl? I, 27F, feel like my boyfriend, 38M, has lost interest in me. We have been 3 years together. I used to be his everything and he would say that in the beginning. Now I feel like he is bored of me and prefers hanging out with his friends or talking to strangers rather than with me. I am starting to doubt myself and feel like the reason is me. I literally do almost everything for him, including cooking for him very often. I make him snacks in between. I clean the apartment and do the dishes and hang his wet clothes up for them to dry. I mean, he does help me most of the time. The one thing I notice is that we have to always do it his way and he won't compromise. For example, he decides the vacation days and I need to try and be free on those days. Another example, in those 3 years we have never ever been shopping together and he is not willing to go with me unless it is food shopping. So you're in your 20s, dating a guy 11 years older than you who is very controlling, and as you're aging he's losing interest. I mean, I might be jumping to conclusions, but this certainly does not look good from my admittedly limited perspective. Edit. A typo. He sounds like he needs to be traded in for a nicer model. You sound more like domestic help than a girlfriend. I had one of those. He was using me for all that I was worth because he didn't want to not have me in his life at all, while he had a relationship with someone else. From experience, it's not you, he's just too comfortable to leave you. And you're being used and deserve better. It took me a lot of therapy after this asshole to understand my worth. Get out and find someone who is your teammate, is a mutual support system, and you're equal in a relationship. A few reddish flags. A grown-ass man, and you cook, clean and do his laundry. Control freak shit like that only gets worse as relationship goes on. Shopping, alone, almost sounds like it's an excuse to not be with you. Probably on the lookout for another naive girl in their early 20s who he can groom to become his unpaid maid. Run like the wind, he's a walking red flag factory. The title of your post should be a question you ask your boyfriend, because we don't know your boyfriend, so we don't know why he's losing interest in you. But aside from that, it seems like there's a bigger question to ask here. Why are you with a grown-ass man, who's a decade older than you, and doesn't compromise or even help with chores? 1. Congrats on becoming a mom. And it's a 38-year-old man. 2. Yeah, he sounds like a narcissist. Selfish, only thinks about himself. Coming on strong at first is what they do to get you into their good graces so they get their needs met through you. Look up love bombing to learn more. It's most likely way too late for him to turn around in this relationship, but it's not too late for you to leave and find a real one. Well, you made yourself into a bang maid. Why should he spend additional time with you if you are okay with being treated like that? Get a man, also younger, who wants to see you, who listens to you and makes you feel like an equal in your relationship. Not this weird uneven power dynamic you have going on now. He is tired of same nanny for 3 years. I guess he is already looking for your replacement. Do yourself a favor. Leave the man-child and find a good man. I am sure there are plenty. He is using you, and he will leave you when he finds a new fresh younger woman. He's like this 'cause he's got comfortable. It's now become the norm. Make yourself unavailable and stop doing stuff for him. Give him a taste of his own medicine. If he feels you're losing interest, it will show either two things. He's no longer invested in this relationship and it might be time to leave. Or he'll realize how lucky he is, fear he's going to lose you and get his act together. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, then sit down and talk with him. Tell him how you feel. What are you getting out of this relationship? If she shows any interest in me, I know she has terrible taste, kinda hard to stay interested after that. Getting real sick and tired of these, I do all the housework, cooking, fucking, why doesn't he love and respect me, posts. Leave him. You were probably an easy fuck for him and now you're practically a maid. You're probably too old for him. Honey, honestly, a lack of self-respect. Which is what I get reading your post. You need to leave this guy and put yourself first, and focus on what makes you happy, what you want, and what you need. Why would you want an old loser like this who doesn't even like you? Trust your gut, girly. You know when something is up, not right. Talk to him, and if it doesn't go well, You have answer less than 3 sending you good vibes. Are you fucking kidding me? If I lived with someone who made me all my meals and snacks, you'd better believe I would do as much as I could for them. Sometimes people in relationships get complacent, fall into a bit of a rut and start taking everything for granted. It's a bit like getting married then letting yourself go because you don't have to try anymore. This isn't about what makes guys in general lose interest. It's about what seems to be making your current boyfriend lose interest. The answer is simple, but painful and disgusting. You aren't young enough for him anymore. I'm a guy, but I've gone through this. In the end, the best thing to do is to be yourself, and if it doesn't work out, then it's not your fault. Next time he is trying to get his way, just be cool with it and do it your way instead regardless. He doesn't have to come with you. Do your thing. When you act like life will go on with or without him, you will respect yourself more and he will respect you more too. Also, I recommend the book, Why Men Love Bitches, to you. This is a him problem, not a you problem. You haven't done anything to make him lose interest, but you have done a major disservice to yourself by acting like his subservient maid. Ask yourself if this is something to look forward to the rest of your life, because he's likely to just get more demanding and uncompromising the longer you stay with him. Lack of respect. Respect is what you deserve. Find someone who will provide that. People lose interest in you when you stop being your own person. In relationships, it tend to be a big danger. You need to keep some level of independence on all levels: emotional, financial, intellectual, social. The real question is, girl, why are you staying with someone that shows no interest in your thoughts or interests? I promise you, you can do better. Maybe you're too old for his tastes. Rejoice and move on. Why are you doing all of these chores for a grown man? You are not his mom or his maid. If you feel he has lost interest, don't question your worth. That's on him to fix, not you. Find someone who doesn't make you question his feelings for you. He just doesn't seem that into anymore. Sometimes we want to look for alternative answers and reasons why, but maybe the relationship has run its course. Why would you want to be with someone who doesn't compromise? I am not trying to be mean, but you sound more like a maid or housekeeper than a lover. I am sure there are many men that would be willing to spoil you and be spoiled by you if you were actually single. Good luck. I don't know about any other guys, but I rarely lose interest in a girl. It's usually them who lose interest first. That being said, I have lost interest in a few girls in the past who would just use me for material need and not for love. That, or we just don't have any compatibility, such as shared values or morals, or share a same future goal together. Edit. After reading it more, it sounds like it's not you. You're doing everything right, but it sounds like he has problems. Talk to him about it. The only thing that's caused me to lose interest is when I realize the change in effort. You can tell me all these things, but if I can see your effort, leave. I am out. If your boyfriend can't match your energy and effort, leave. I mean, he does help me most of the time. So you are giving him points for helping you most of the time for doing his chores. You need to re-evaluate your expectations and ask yourself, what do I want my partner bring to the table? When you do nice things for a good man, he will value you and do more things for you. When you do nice things for an asshole, they take you for granted and keep using you without giving anything back. So is your boyfriend a good guy or an asshole? Only you can tell. There isn't enough information here. I think the cliché is that it sounds like the two of you have grown apart. If you feel like you are putting in more than you are getting, then you need to reconsider the relationship. Putting in more is not going to help. Lose the ungrateful bum. I don't think you're the problem here. I lost interest when she spent all my money and refused to get a job or control her spending habits. Be less available and do more for yourself. Sounds like he's gotten used to you spoiling him and doing everything for him. He's become ungrateful and tired of you. You need to dump him and let him regret not treating you better when he had the chance. There's another person out there wishing to give lots of love to a person like you. Hope you find them soon. Contrary to Reddit, one of a few things is probably happening. He's 38 and he wants to have fun, and you two being together, your honeymoon phase is over. 2. He loves you, he just feels like he doesn't have to be around you 24/7 and probably would be okay with you inviting friends over so long as they are not attracted to you. If not, that is a red flag. Or 3. He is just hanging out and being free because he has little responsibility. Depending on which scenario it is, you need to either leave or get a ring. He lost interest in you. Leave and live. Enjoy your life. He won't change. He might just end up cheating if he can. You're his maid, not his girlfriend. It could be because you're acting more like a mother than a girlfriend and he has no fear of losing you. Some people get very comfortable in a relationship to the point that just expect things to go the way they want it to. I honestly wouldn't continue to clean up behind him and grocery shop for him. I had the same issue with my ex and he started to notice me when I went out and got a life separate from him, groceries, and the apartment. People thought I was his older sister or his mom. I won't be playing house again until I'm married after that. Do you think it's possible you outgrew him? Like he was dating you because you were young and did whatever he wanted, and now you've grown up more? You should leave this guy TBH, he's wasting your time. You're putting everything into the relationship and it doesn't seem like he's putting anything in. You seem like an amazing loving girl and anyone would be so lucky to have you. You deserve someone who will actually appreciate you and respect your feelings and wants. You need someone who can compromise and be not only willing, but happy to work with you. I hope you dump this dude and find a better partner. Best of luck to you. He takes you for granted. Stop serving him all of his meals and only do half of the cleaning. Pick up a new hobby, and invest a lot of time into it. Bonus if it makes you fitter or stronger. Speak with your friends more, even on Zoom. Doll yourself up just for a walk around the neighborhood or to do errands, and tell yourself positive affirmations. It'll either light a fire under his ass and remind him that he could lose you, or change absolutely nothing about the situation but improve your quality of life and self-esteem. But I won't make you lose interest. Tired smirk. Hit my DMs tongue. I think you should stop doing everything for him 24/7 and see how he reacts. I understand you may enjoy doing these things for your boyfriend and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but it's a God test to do. He's a grown man and he should not expect to be pampered to 24/7, and if his affection falters any more than it already has when you don't cater to him, I think the relationship should be reconsidered. Quit doing everything for him. Distance yourself and go hang out with your friends and whatnot, and I guarantee his attitude will change.